Mike Phelan, what do you make of him?
Well, I think we just talked there about honesty, and I think that's true, and it's quite refreshing, honesty, in this game of football right now. But I always remember, and I don't want to go back to the winning days, but it crops up a little bit when you have managers at Manchester United who control the press. The press conference is, and this is definitely a Sir Alex one, you control the press room. It's not the other way around. It's not the press control the press room. So you get the message out that you need to get out. And I think his honesty is there. That's definite. And he has got this effervescence about him. He does want to succeed, and that's great. That's really good, because managers' personality and managers' body language has got to come across as bigger than everything that goes on at Manchester United, particularly at that football club. So they've had some top managers, and some have succumbed to probably the honesty of it sometimes. So I think he's learning. I think he's definitely learning along the way what to say, what not to say. He's pretty open, great. But ultimately, you're the manager of Man United, and you have to start to show not just results, but consistency of performance. I think that's really important. How you want to do it, whether that's in his formation that he fancies, or whether he's going to be flexible further down the line, those are the things that always crop up. How are you consistently performing to win football matches? And you're allowed to lose at Manchester United. The fans accept that, not too often, but they want consistency of performance so that they can really feel this is moving in the direction they want it to be in.
I want to bring in a wizened old journo now, Carve. Is he too honest? Is it damaging the brand?
Look, my personal opinion is that I do think he's far too honest. I think you can't be that honest when you are the manager of Manchester United. Manchester United are one of the biggest football clubs in the world. I would compare them to Barcelona or Real Madrid. How many times do you get Carlo Ancelotti sitting in a news conference and wearing his heart on his sleeve? How many times did Sir Alex Ferguson do that? You don't do that, because everything you say is going to be headline news. Now, Ruben Amorim himself has made it clear that that's just the way he is, and he is not going to change for anybody. Looking at some of Jim Ratcliffe's quotes today, where he's having a little pop at the media, he's saying, I don't understand the press. They want overnight success. They think it's a light switch. You can't run a club like Man United based on the knee-jerk reactions of some journalist. I've got to defend journalists. What are journalists doing wrong?
I think the difference now is that we've got different mediums now for information.
Social media.
To move around. So, you know, whereas a press conference was a press conference, that was it. Before the game, maybe after the game, that's where it laid. Now, there's just so much going on, and like you say, social media, it creates this atmosphere of there's got to be a story, there's got to be more, there's got to be this. And ultimately, I'm sure the manager of Manchester United is now sitting in a press conference with different mediums around him, but as soon as he said something, it's out there. It's out there at different...
But don't you think instead of having a go at the media, Jim Ratcliffe should be speaking to his head coach and saying, when you are speaking, don't give so much away.
Well, there'll be people
it's not the journalist's fault.
No, I'm not suggesting it is. There's always a story at Man United, always. But I think the people in and around the manager should definitely be not influencing him, but certainly just having that, I agree, that little quiet word of don't go there today, or this is what's going to come out, just be careful.
When you used to do the media, when you were standing in for Sir Alex, what would he say to you?
Nothing. He actually said nothing. He allowed me to go and take the media. And again, he just said, sit there, control the room. Make sure the message you want to put out is the message you want to put out. Don't go looking for anything else. Don't feed,
Don't feed the beast.
Feed the beast, because everything can explode from there. And I think honesty is one thing, and I really do like honesty in people. But we live in a world now where honesty is not probably the first thing you need to be giving. You need to give enough, but not too much.
But Mike, wasn't it easier for Sir Alex because he won all the time? We can look at Amorim's record.
We did lose.
Which is, well, yeah, but you won everything. Amorim isn't winning anything. Look at that. That stat, after 34 games, his points compared to everybody else who all got the sack, and look at him right at the bottom of that. It's much harder to control a press room when when you lose week in, week out,
again,
surely.
Stats are stats, and we can look at the stats from every angle. We've took it from the angle of how many games Ruben's had compared to the others at that stage. It's a good start. It's quite a debatable stat, but certainly Ruben will look at that himself if he hasn't already. But he will know that what he's doing is not good enough right now for Manchester. And for him as a manager, he will want better than that. So he needs to think about that. But again, the quotes from Sir Jim and what have you, there's a bit of defence in there.
Look at that. He's 15th of 17 teams since he joined Manchester United.
Yeah,
I mean, that is not good enough for Manchester United, is it?
No, the position of 15th is not good enough, but you look at where they are as far as points go to where they've got to get to at the top. That's more than, well, that's double, near enough.
Now, has a lot of this got to
behind.
do with his refusal to change or to tweak his system? 3-4-3.
Well, I would go on the side of flexibility. You know, we all have an idea of how we want to play, and we hear this. I think I heard it the most when Louis van Gaal was at the football club, you know, my philosophy. And it's always, what is it? You know, what does that look like? And is it rigid or is it flexible? Philosophies can change. They can change, you know, depending on where you are at the moment. I think some of the statements and the honesty of the manager has put him into this position now where 3-4-3 is what he wants to do. But in the game of football, it's not always the case. Even now when you watch Man United, is it always 3-4-3? Yeah, we've got 3 strikers, but it may be 5 at the back, the way they've been conceding at times and what have you. So 3-4-3 is an idea, and it's a thing that he wants to get in place. But 3-4-3, you've got to dominate the game of football. You've got to dominate the match. And at the moment, Manchester United probably haven't got to that point where they are clear favourites. They are clear in dominance on the football field in that system. So, you know, there's a lot of work to be done with that system.